Bob. Good morning. I know it's a Steelers playoff week just because of the messages we come into. Everybody is absolutely unhinged with the excitement of the Steelers going to Buffalo, and you never know, right? Good morning, friends. It is Mikey and Bob, the 96.1 Kiss Morning Freak Show. Just come in this morning. We got this message here.
Tomlin believes.
Yep.
The Steelers believe.
Yep.
It's a hot Mason.
It is a hot Mason.
Spicy Rudolph.
It's a hot Rudolph. It's not a hot Mason and a spicy Rudolph. It's hot Rudolph we're going in with.
He's playing against the Bills.
Yes, Coach Tomlin did name Mason Rudolph as the starter, even though Kenny Pickett's number one on the depth chart.
Did Tomlin call him Spicy Rudolph?
No, I don't think so.
Let's go, Mason.
Yeah.
He's going to get us the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Let's go, Mason.
Those are the kind of messages we get when the Steelers are in the playoffs, right? It's just unhinged all the time, and I absolutely love it. Listen,
Yelling in your car.
If you have it inside your body and your heart,
you do,
to where you might just be like, at work or at your house or out for a drive, out for a run. If you have it in your heart where you're just like, oh, man, I'm really pumped up about the Steelers. Man, I wish I could talk to somebody. Just go ahead, bring up that iHeartRadio app, hit the talkback microphone, and just, start yelling at us about the Steelers like she did.
Tomlin believes. The Steelers believe.
Yeah, listen, we're all there, right? We're all at that point where we're just unreasonably hyped. You cannot tell me the Steelers aren't going to win the Super Bowl. You can tell me it. I'm just not going to believe you right now. I'm sorry.
It's true.
He's going to get us the Super Bowl. Let's go, Mason.
I can't believe we're at this point, though. The NFL is incredible. Why? Because we are all on the backs of Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
Well, not like he has multiple backs, but he might. At this point, Mason Rudolph might have two backs carrying the whole team on his back.
They're spicy.
It's spicy. It is spicy. But that's, listen, we love when Steelers get in the playoffs and extend the season a little bit just because it just leads to, I think it puts us all in a better mood. And I think without going in with any expectations as the lowest seed, it's kind of fun playing with house money.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get destroyed by the Bills. Oh, cool. We get a bonus Steeler game to watch then.
Right. We get an extra week in the Steelers.
It's awesome. So keep sending your Steeler hype messages. We will play those all the way through Friday here on the Kiss Morning Freak Show. Good morning, everybody. It's Mikey and Bob.
96.1.
Yes.
Mikey and Bob, it is the 96.1 Kiss Morning Freak Show. As we got like a whole day of rain yesterday, I think the Ohio River's starting to flood. I think the Mon Wharf is going to start flooding soon and all that. We got a lot of rain yesterday, and it's still sort of coming down in some areas.
Yo, prayers for the trash people out there.
Oh, man.
That wind yesterday? I was driving home with trash cans everywhere.
Yeah, it's bad, man.
Everywhere.
Sorry to all the trash people that had to deal with the trash cans just all over neighborhoods and streets yesterday. Yeah, that could continue today, too. Man, there's a couple things I do as a dad where I'm just like, I gotta stop doing that. That's such a dad thing. Like, we have, our front door, we have, slim windows next to the front door, right? You can look out of and everything. Just sitting there, just watching the rain come. Whenever we get snow, watching the snow come,
just posed up at the door.
It's my check the weather window right at the front door, right? But then I noticed I do another dad thing that is weather related too, and it happened yesterday. A whole day of rain. I'm telling you, man, I don't know if this is if moms do this thing too, or if this is specifically a dad thing. I don't know. But when we get a lot of rain like we got yesterday, I couldn't stop myself. Anyone who would listen to me, anyone who was near me, family got it. Jamie and Addison heard this multiple times. Just glad that rain ain't snow. Oh, man, I couldn't stop myself.
If this was snow, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like you can't even stop your mouth from saying it. Well, it's a lot of rain, but we can't handle it if it's snow.
We got lucky here.
Exactly. Dude, we got lucky here. It could be snow. We got lucky here.
96.1 Kiss.
The Mikey and Bob podcast.
You're ready to party. Say yeah.
Yeah.
You're not hyping up. Oh, yeah.
All right, is that better?
Stream the Mikey and Bob podcast on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.
To be young.
It's the 96.1 Kiss Morning Freak Show, Mikey and Bob. If you're listening early in the morning when you're going to work and miss like the second half of the show, you can always get caught up with everything you missed on the Mikey and Bob podcast. It's on our free iHeartRadio app or wherever you're listening to your podcast. So Coach Tomlin had his weekly press conference yesterday, and he said, it's no surprise, they're going with the hot hand, Mason Rudolph.
At the quarterback position, we'll stay with Mason Rudolph. Much like in the spirit in which we worked a week ago, we're just simply staying with the hot hand and not disrupting the apple cart.
Yeah, he knows he's got a hot Rudolph there, and when you got a hot Rudolph, you don't put that hot Rudolph on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
You got a hot Rudolph, you got to play with your hot Rudolph. You got to whip that hot Rudolph
Let it run
out.
wild.
You got to play with it. Kenny Pickett is still number one on the depth chart, though, because, the league mandates he actually put out a depth chart every week.
Right,
So
yeah.
Coach Tomlin was actually asked, hey, why is Kenny still number one on the depth chart?
We're going about our business, cultivating a plan to win this week. We care less about division of labor in terms of what's on pieces of paper and depth charts and so forth, and more strategically how we utilize the tools at our disposal in an effort to secure victory. I've been transparent with you guys. He's got the hot hand. He's going to maintain control of the ball. I don't know why that is an issue, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, not really an issue that Kenny Pickett's number one on the depth chart still, and it's just Mason Rudolph has the hot hand. So he's just like, it doesn't matter what's on a piece of paper. Mason Rudolph's got the hot hand. We're going to ride this hot Rudolph for as long as we can. By the way, Mason Rudolph, I do not expect him to be the starting quarterback next year. I still expect it to be Kenny Pickett unless the Steelers make an off-season move. I expect it to be Kenny Pickett.
I think they got to re-sign him too.
Mason?
I think this is it. Yeah. I think he's just playing playing for a contract here.
Well, Mason's going to get money some other place then. So, yeah, it's no surprise. We're riding the hot Rudolph, but it's sort of weird even. Why is Kenny number one on the depth? Who cares? Who cares?
Who cares? I said Rudolph's hot.
We got a hot Rudolph going to Buffalo. Who cares? Who cares?
We whipped him out.
Paper says
He's hot. We
hot
can't put him
Rudolph.
away.
I wish Coach Tomlin would have taken a piece of paper with a big Sharpie or a big red pen and just wrote hot Rudolph on it and hold it up like he's showing the class. Hot Rudolph. Doesn't matter who's number one on the depth chart. Hot Rudolph. All right, we want to try to pay your bills this morning. Got a chance for you to win $1,000 around 9:10. It's Mikey and Bob.
96.1 Kiss.
The Mikey and Bob podcast.
No way it was our last night. No way it was our last night.
Mikey and Bob, the 96.1 Kiss Morning Freak Show. It's another crap morning out there. It's windy. We're dealing with some morning flurries, and highs are going to be in the upper 30s today. Man, it's just what a great feeling in the city. I just looked up and Roger Wood was talking about the Here We Go song, the updated version that he made on WTAE. It's just, man, they're like in Roger Wood's studio, the guy that made the Here We Go song.
Hell yeah.
Man, it's a time right now in Pittsburgh. Come on, Steelers. Listen, I don't know if they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I want another week of this. Damn, beat the Bills and let's see what happens in Baltimore.
Walk into Baltimore. Let's go.
It's just so much fun, man. It's just so much fun. Hey, Selena Gomez is revealing what she actually said that shocked Taylor Swift and Kelly Teller at the Golden Globes. That's one of the more viral moments from the Golden Globes. There was speculation, we were talking about this earlier this week, that Selena Gomez was telling Taylor and Kelly how she asked for a photo with Timothée Chalamet, but was turned down by Kylie Jenner, who he's dating or what was his date at the Golden Globes for the evening, because you could see Kelly Teller say, Timothy?
Right.
That's pretty clear. The Timothy is pretty clear. You don't even
Taylor's jaw drops.
Yeah.
They all look stunned.
So on an E! News Instagram post about the rumor, Selena Gomez went in the comments and said, no, I told Taylor about two of my friends who hooked up. Not that that's anyone's business. So that's what Selena said that she was saying, but it looks like Kelly Teller is saying, Timothy?
Timothy?
I don't know. Maybe they know another Timothy or something like that. Maybe we need to start going around like Selena who's the Timothy that? Who's the Timothy that?
Who's that friend?
Who's a Timothy that's Selena Gomez's friend that's dating somebody? I don't know. But then furthermore, a source told People that Selena was absolutely not referencing anything about Timothy or Kylie. and that that Selena Gomez never even saw or spoke to them. So that, I guess, sort of clears up everything that happened at the Golden Globes, because
the internet lip readers had it wrong.
Yeah, well, not that the internet lip readers had it wrong, but I just think the rumor of the photo being denied by Kylie Jenner, and I don't know, man. It's just there's definitely something with the Kardashian family and Taylor Swift with the whole Kanye stuff, and that is not over at all. Actually, that's probably about to get ratcheted it up as soon as Taylor drops, Reputation, Taylor's version, because that was that period of time. Mm-hmm. So there is a sort of line that's been drawn between Taylor and I think a lot of the Kardashian, her and Kim ain't friends. They're enemies, So
what songs are sitting in that vault?
Oh man, what's in the vault, Taylor?
In the vault?
What's in the Reputation vault, Taylor? I love how we're just trying to be like, all right, here's what Selena said about the viral Golden Globes moment.
Watch out, Kardashians.
And then it only takes us 2 minutes. What's in the vault, Taylor? What's in the Reputation vault?
96.1 Kiss.
The Mikey and Bob podcast.
They said they heard a 28-year-old man yelling expletives at the staff. Man, reading is bad today for me. When I gotta read stuff, I'm crumbling.
Stream the Mikey and Bob podcast on iHeartRadio.
It is Mikey, it is Bob, the 96.1 Kiss Morning Freak Show. You can send us messages through our free iHeartRadio app when you're streaming the station, or Mikey and Bob podcast. Just hit that talkback microphone. Let's hear from Trucker Mikey here.
There it is. Trucker Mikey, baby.
Hey, guys. I think you and Bob need to do the best power ranking that you've done on the show.
Right.
Top 5. Nate, the crazy Italian guy, hype speeches for the Steelers.
All right. Our guy, Nate, the crazy Italian guy, he's been part of our show. He's a really good friend of ours for a few years now. And he always puts out Steeler hype videos. Top 5, Nate, the crazy Italian guy, Steeler hype yells. Is that what the top 5 would be? Either way.
Yeah, I think so.
Either way, I got 5. We'll do that around 7:55 here, because why? The Steelers are in the playoffs. There's no rules. All the Steelers content is good content, right?
Unleash the crazy Italian guy.
So we'll get to that list around 7:55. Right now, it's right around 7 o'clock. It is time for us to take you back to a moment in the show that made us laugh, made us smile. It is time for Today in Freak Show History. Here we go.
Today in Freak Show History.
Today in Freak Show History. Surprise, surprise. We take you down to Florida. It's another Florida story. There was a woman who claimed to be God down in Florida.
That's a bizarre story out of Southwest Florida. Deputies say a Naples woman claiming to be God robbed a mail truck driver.
This is Leda Crisotomo, a witness, told Collier County deputies that the suspect...
All right, hold on. We have a lady robbing a mail truck?
Yeah.
Claiming to be God.
Okay.
That's where we're at right now.
Pointed a gun at her while she was jogging, then walked over to a U.S. Postal Service truck.
All right, so hold on. She pulled a gun on some lady who was jogging.
Yeah.
Then she went over to the mail truck.
The mail carrier said she pointed a fake gun at him, stole a package.
Okay, not a real gun.
No.
Okay, all right.
And then rode away on a tricycle.
They're making these up at this point, right? Are we making Florida stories up at this point? You mean to tell me some lady tried to rob a mail?
The getaway with the tricycle? God's got to be rolling bigger than that, right?
Listen, if you're really God, though, does it matter what vehicle you use to get away?
I'm just talking bike size. Like, God wouldn't choose the tricycle.
I think God does choose the tricycle. It's God. It doesn't matter. God can pedal a tricycle faster than the speed of sound, right? It's God we're talking about. So if the Florida woman really was God, I don't think her getaway vehicle really matters. You would think if God was going to rob the mail delivery truck, though, God would use a real gun.
Yeah.
It's a fake gun, and why does God need to rob anything? If you're God, can't you just, isn't it yours, or can't you just take it? So fake gun, pulled on a jogger, fake gun tried to rob mail delivery, getaway on a tricycle, also God.
Deputies later arrested the suspect. She told them she was God and that voices were telling her to do things.
There you go. That's where we are in Florida. I'm God. Voices are telling me to do things like rob this jogger and rob this mail truck.
Got on a tricycle.
The voices also told me this would be my getaway vehicle and presented me with a tricycle. It's Florida making the show once again. It is Mikey and Bob, the 96.1 Kiss Morning Freak Show. Bob, we got somebody who wants to, I guess, complain to you here because you're the one who edits our podcast. Let me get to this.
Hey, Mikey and Bob. First of all, absolutely love you guys for so many reasons.
Thank you.
But seriously, you cut off on the podcast the Here We Go song?
Oh, no.
I mean, it was hyped. I'm looking forward to the new version.
Yeah.
And then nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's go Pens and Steelers. Bye.
All right, so yesterday was the debut of the new version of Roger Wood's Here We Go song. Here we go, right? He's got a new version for this playoff run. And so, Bob, you were editing the podcast, and you didn't include the whole song in the podcast. Is that just because it's a song that we don't own the rights to or something, and you just felt like I should probably take this out so Roger Wood does? I feel like Roger Wood would be okay with it.
Yeah, I don't include songs in the podcast that we don't own. I can't do that.
Yeah.
It's not a thing.
It's just a meeting in an email that Bob was trying to get ahead of and avoid. So what we do is we promote it sort of on the podcast, so then you go to the actual wherever you can stream the Here We Go song, find it on YouTube or whatever, and you can stream it there. So, I don't know, Roger Wood benefits from it, but Roger Wood, the guy who made the Here We Go song, was on WTAE, and of course he was.
Popped in my head. It was like 20 minutes. I had the song done.
Oh, man.
And we did a good version, went to the studio, did a good version.
Yeah.
And sent it to the radio stations, and it just took off.
It just took off. Hell yeah. Dude, I love so much about that Roger Wood quote right there. We sent it to radio stations, and
it just took off.
It just took off. It's like he doesn't even understand how he created this unbelievable Yinzer anthem, but updated for this year's playoff run. It's Roger Wood. Here we go. And it just took off. Here we go. All right, get hyped for them Steelers. Here we go, Steelers. Here we go. Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. Here we go. Cheer the Steelers. Back in the goal. Here we go. We have a chance to pay your bills. You can win $1,000 this morning around 9:10. Stick around for that here on the Kiss Morning Freak Show. It's Mikey and Bob. I just noticed that Bob has been very quiet over there for the last couple minutes, and I asked him what he was doing, because I could tell when you get hyper-focused on something, I'm like, oh, Bob's in, he's locked in on something, and he just tells me, looking at cupcakes.
Looking at cupcakes,
Okay,
man.
why are you looking at cupcakes in the middle of the show, though?
Oakmont Bakery just put out this morning.
Oh, no.
Rudolph cupcakes are available.
Man, Rudolph cupcakes, don't do this. I mean, like, what does it look like? Describe the Oakmont Bakery Rudolph cupcake.
They're yellow cake, fudge-filled, vanilla, buttercream icing.
Mm-hmm.
They're topped in chocolate. They look like, it's probably a repurpose of a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer cupcake.
Yeah, so it's got eyes, and it's got pretzel antlers, and then it has a red nose.
And they put a number 2 on the one side.
Oh, my gosh! And
that's like the Steeler color logo on the other side.
Yeah, wow.
Watch out.
Oakmont Bakery posted on Facebook, Rudolph, won't you guide us to the Super Bowl? Oh, my God, we're so drunk off Steeler football in this city right now. Come on, Steelers! Like, I know it's a lot to ask for you to win a Super Bowl. Give us one more week of this feeling. Why?
Let's go cupcakes.
Oakmont Bakery's making Rudolph cupcakes. Did you want to chant there, Bob? I felt like you wanted to chant. Let's go cupcakes! Let's go cupcakes! Let's go Cupcakes! All right, here was Coach Tomlin talking about Mason Rudolph as Coach Tomlin spoke to the media yesterday.
I've said this repeatedly when asked about him. He has an unflappable confidence in himself. He's highly professional. He's always preparing and prepared. And I think that provides the platform of the performances that you're seeing.
It's weird, man. He's talking about Mason Rudolph there. And you know what? I agree with everything he said. How did it get to this point? He's talking about me. Yeah, this guy's unflappable. He believes in himself. Even when others didn't, he believed in himself. He kept showing up. He knows what he's doing.
I wish he would have just said we got a hot Rudolph.
Seriously, that's what he needs to say. If they get past Buffalo and there's another week of the NFL grind and press conferences and ask questions about
Tell us about Mason. How's he playing? We got a hot Rudolph.
Hot Rudolph. What do you want me to tell you? We got a hot Rudolph. Yeah, but I saw it. Kenny's still number 1 on the depth chart. Yeah. Have you looked at the hot Rudolph chart yet? Because there's one person on the hot Rudolph chart, and it's Mason Rudolph.
Did you see they're making cupcakes?
That should be.
Did you see? What about bakeries making cupcakes?
Whether it's local or national media, when Coach Tomlin gets asked for the rest of this week or next week, if they get past Buffalo, about Mason Rudolph, just be like, "You see the cupcakes? It's got cupcakes."
Coach Tomlin's eyes bug out. Did you see the cupcakes?
What do you want me to do? He's got cupcakes. There is something that happens to this city when the Steelers get into the playoffs that I cannot explain. We all go from go Steelers, hope this works out, to so hyper-focused on everything Steeler.
You're right.
Busting out decorations,
You're right.
Busting out Steelers gear. There's a... By the way, do other people have this too? You have regular Steeler gear, and then you almost have playoff gear?
A playoff special gear?
Everybody, I believe, has a piece of clothing that's just no, that's not a regular season hat right there. You know what I'm saying? It might be an old Super Bowl hat or something like that, or something that's been passed down for generations.
Terrible towel?
Yes, or am I crazy, or do people have playoff Steeler gear where it's tuck that away in a box?
No, it's a real thing.
That comes out only during the playoffs. Hey, listen, Oakmont Bakery, they ain't making Mason Rudolph cupcakes in week 7 or anything. Oh, man.
Not even on the radar.
What a feeling. Come on, beat Buffalo. Why? I just want another week of feeling like this. Whatever this feeling we all have is. All right. Coming up, we will get to Nate, the crazy Italian guy's top 5 Steeler hype yells from the season of him doing videos. That's coming up around 7:55. Chance for you to win $1,000. Pay your bills around 9:10. It's your pals Mikey and Bob on 96.1 Kiss.
Exactly.
Amen. It's sloppy out there this morning. Slop them up. Windy, got some morning flurries, highs in the upper 30s, just yucky out there. It's Mikey and Bob, the 96.1 Kiss Morning Freak Show. Remember, we have the top 5 Steeler hype yells from Crazy Italian Guy to get us ready for the Steelers playoff game in Buffalo on Sunday. That'll be coming up around 7:55 here on the Kiss Morning Freak Show. Bob, there's always weird things happening down in the state of Florida. Florida stories have been a staple on our show for years. It is time for another one. Here we go.
Attention all listeners of the Freak Show. It's time to travel to the Sunshine State. Yes, it happened again. It's another Florida story.
A wanted Florida man was arrested with his pants down after allegedly shoplifting from Target. He was about to drive out of the Target parking lot when deputies ordered him to step out of his white pickup truck. As the Florida man made his way from his truck to the police car, his pants fell down from his waist to his ankles.
Almost got away with it.
That's funny to see. I don't care what situation you're in. When somebody's pants go from their waist all the way down to their ankles,
just nothing holding them.
And they don't stop at the hips, they don't stop at the knees.
Right.
It's comedically just hilarious to see somebody's pants.
Well, they probably had him get out of the car with his hands up too.
Right,
so as he's backing up to the cops, his pants just drop.
They're going down. Yeah, but. You don't see it very often because it stops at the hips or the knees. But seeing somebody's pants fall all the way down from the waist to the ankles, that's funny every time, man. It just is. So this guy's pants fall from his waist to his ankles, and then some of these stolen items that he took from Target spilled out of his pants. So this guy was shoplifting. So there you go. Pants might have been a little heavier.
Just packed with items.
Trying to walk with a full load or something like that. Just,
He's spreading his legs, trying to keep them up.
Just, yep. Sir, put your hands above your head. I don't know if you want me to do that.
Weird bulge.
Yeah. So his pants fall down, bunch of stolen things from Target fall out. This is down in Florida. Surveillance video from inside the Target showed the Florida man allegedly stuffing his pants with several items into his pants and underwear. He grabbed a Pokemon shirt, Pokemon cards, headphones, and multiple food items. My man was going to have him a night of Pokemon, man. Look.
Sir, is that a Pokemon in your pants? Got the Florida Pants Pikachu? What?
Sir, what are you doing? I got to catch them all. Got to catch them all.
What's that bulb, sir? Pikachu officer.
It's Pikachu. What? I got Pokemon in my pants. Sir, put your hands up. We know that you stole Pokemon stuff from Target. Put your hands up and walk slowly. I can't do that. My pants are heavy. They're going to fall down. Start walking back. Oh, man. Uh-oh, pants fell down. Gotta catch up. It's you and me. I know it's my destiny. Pokemon, oh, you're my best friend in a world we must defend. Pokemon, gotta catch up, our hearts are true. Our courage will pull us through.
Bring it home.
You teach me and I teach you. Pokemon, gotta catch your mouth. And then they were just like, nah, you stole a bunch of stuff from Target and then your pants fell down.
You're going to jail, sir.
And he gets arrested. It is Florida making the show once again.
Pay your bills on 96.1 KISS.
It's the 96.1 KISS Morning Freak Show. Mikey and Bob. How about a little bit of Let's Go Pens, man?
Hey, let's go Pens, man.
Pens will be back at it tomorrow night, Thursday night game at home against Vancouver, and then Saturday they're down in Carolina. Can't wait for Saturday. That's when the NFL playoffs start. Super wild card weekend. Browns at Texans. That's 4:30 on NBC, and then it's Dolphins at Chiefs, the 8 p.m. Peacock-only game. So, yes, since we're not a local market for that game, we're not Miami or Kansas City, we will have to stream that through Peacock, which is probably going to confuse and anger a lot of people when they can't watch an NFL playoff game.
Oh, I'm sure.
Unless they have Peacock. And then Sunday, of course, is Steelers at Bills, 1 p.m., Packers at Cowboys, 4:30, Rams at Lions, 8 p.m., and then a Monday Night Football Super Wild Card playoff game, Eagles at Buccaneers. So earlier in the show, we got a request from Trucker Mikey, who is a good friend of the show. And actually, I had sort of the dream before. I said, I always see, big rigs and tractor trailers driving and stuff. And I always wonder, like, what's back there, like in the cab, like where they can hang out and sleep.
Right.
So Trucker Mikey took me around the city in his cab and everything. I saw his like layout and everything. He's got video games, got microwave. Dude, it's crazy, man. Salute to all the truckers out there. Here's Trucker Mikey. Oh, I like that little beep beep at the end there, right? Honk to the tonk tonk. Beep beep. That's like a tonk to the tonk tonk. Honk honk.
Trucker Mikey, baby. Hey, guys. I think you and Bob need to do the best power ranking that you've done on the show. Top 5. Nate, the crazy Italian guy, hype speeches for the Steelers.
All right, big list. Here we go. Here we go.
It's time for Power Rankings with Mikey and Bob on 96.1 KISS.
Now, this would have taken a long time if I went through every week of Nate the Crazy Italian Guy Steeler hype videos, because some of them were just big productions and we don't have a producer. I didn't have the time for that. But after every Steeler victory, Crazy Italian Guy would post a video of him just yelling, usually outside. So, number 5 is him yelling about Kenny Pickett and Matt Canada, different time. How about that late night win? And how about that tandem, Kenny and Canada, a match made in heaven? Steelers! Wow. It's kind of funny. It's been a long season.
Yeah,
All right, number 4, best crazy Italian guy Steelers hype yell is him yelling about the defense. Defense wins championships. Steelers. Yep, all right, well, there's that one. Now, let's get to number 3. Number 3, best crazy Italian guy hype yell about the Steelers this year was him around Halloween time yelling in a scream mask. That's what I'm talking about. You can hear the mask. You can tell he's in a mask. That's what I'm talking about. All right. The number 2 best crazy Italian guy yell from this Steelers season is him late night. I think this must have been after a Monday Night Football or a Sunday Night Football game. Late night, he is outside in the middle of the night just yelling about the Steelers. I don't care how late it is. I don't care who I wake up. That was all hard, baby. Yeah. And you know what? I think this one's appropriate for where the Steelers are sneaking into the playoffs. They're a 7th seed. A 7th seed's never, made it far. They never won a game since they introduced that expanded sort of playoff, whatever, a few years back. It's all odds against the Steelers. So the number 1 crazy Italian guy Steelers hype yell from this season is him telling everybody, we ain't done. We ain't done. Boom, boom. Yeah. Woo! Let go. Never give up. We ain't done. Let's go. Steelers! Gotta be number 1 right now, because that's exactly where we're at right now. Never give up. Never give up. We ain't done. Let's go. Steelers! All right, we appreciate Nate the Crazy Italian Guy. You can follow him on Instagram at Nate the Crazy Italian Guy. He is an absolute great follow because he just loves the city, loves all the sports teams, and he's character, man. All right, we got your chance to win $1,000. We want to pay your bills this morning. Be listening for that keyword to enter at 961kiss.com. Coming up around 9:10, it is the Kiss Morning Freak Show. Mikey and Bob.
What it is, what's up?
Mikey and Bob, it's the 96.1 Kiss Morning Freak Show. You can listen to the show live 6 to 10 a.m. through the free iHeartRadio app. Just tune in to 96.1 Kiss. And if you miss any of the show, you can get caught up after the show on the free iHeartRadio app with our Mikey and Bob podcast, so you never miss a show. Bob just gave me an oh, hell yeah over there while he was looking at something during the last song. What are you looking at over there that made you go, oh, hell yeah, Bob?
Oh, hell yeah. Troy's going to be in the new Super Bowl commercial.
Troy Polamalu?
Troy, Marshawn Lynch, Rob Gronkowski.
All right.
In the new Frito-Lay commercial. It's going to run, I guess, through the playoffs and Super Bowl Sunday. So
Okay.
yeah.
Troy in a you see what Troy said, by the way, about Coach Tomlin? Like, this got some play, I guess, in Steeler Nation.
Oh, hell yeah.
Troy was on the Jim Rome show and was asked about, Coach Tomlin and some Steeler fans that despite the job that he's done coaching this year. And by the way, you can look at the total body of work this year. It's basically Coach Tomlin got into the playoffs with snuck in with Mason Rudolph at quarterback. But I think you can narrate this any way you want. You can spin it any way you want.
Right.
You can look at it and be like, yeah, but we could almost be the top seed in the AFC if you don't lose to a couple 2-loss
There were
teams,
some
right?
Easy wins in there we gave up.
So Troy Polamalu was on the Jim Rome show talking about the people who, aren't happy with Coach Tomlin and might want him to not be the Steelers coach next year.
They're probably the same fans that are saying get rid of Ben too. And me. So, no, honestly, I think Coach Tomlin is one of the greatest coaches in the NFL history. I think he's a Hall of Fame coach. Absolutely, I think the talk is crazy for people to consider or think that he wouldn't be our coach next year.
Wow.
I think it would be terrible for him not to be.
Yeah, and there's reports that Coach Tomlin might want to step away or do something else from Adam Schefter. But the Steelers aren't going to get rid of him. He's going to get rid of himself. That's whenever he wants to go is when he'll go. But we all have those friends or relatives or people close to us that do not like Coach Tomlin and want him gone for whatever reason. I think you got to tell those people now. Talk to Troy Polamalu.
Say it to Troy's face.
You got to say it to Troy Polamalu now. I've argued with you for too long. Winning seasons. We stack Lombardi's here. Okay. Talk to Troy Polamalu now. That's where you got to send Tomlin haters now. It's just like, I want him gone though.
You got a problem with Tomlin?
Yeah.
Go see Troy.
Yeah, go see Troy now, and he's going to be in a Frito-Lay commercial for the. Troy usually sneaks in. Troy right now, I believe, is in somebody's hair, and Patrick Mahomes is looking for him in the Head and Shoulders commercial, right?
He's still getting Head and Shoulders money.
He's still milking that, but he's going to be in a Frito-Lay Super Bowl commercial. Look forward to that. We are, Super Bowl's like a month away at this point, right? A little less than a month away. So, it's the slow rollout of Super Bowl commercials will start here soon, and it looks like Troy Polamalu is going to be in a Frito-Lay one. All right, we have your chance to win $1,000 coming up. We want to try to pay your bills. We'll give you that nationwide keyword to enter on our website. Coming up around 9:10, your chance at $1,000.
96.1 Kiss.
It's Mikey. It's Bob, the 96.1 Kiss Morning Freak Show. Crappy morning out there. It's the winds. The wind gusts are just ridiculous. Dealing with some morning. There's some flurries out there. There's some rain in some spots, but
flying trash cans.
And there's trash cans. Trash day in your neighborhood. Trash cans ain't gonna be able to withstand this wind. Highs in the upper 30s today. All right, let's get to this message here.
Good morning, Mikey and Bob. Squirrel friend Cammie here.
Hi.
I'm listening to yesterday's podcast while going to work,
Sure.
and I heard someone call you guys special names, and Bob was called Captain Bob.
Yeah, it's a very endearing thing that a lot of our listeners do. They just, when you leave a message, sometimes through the iHeartRadio app, you'll give us nicknames.
Right,
We appreciate that. It's very fun.
It made me want to tell you a story about one of our cats.
Okay, wait, hold on here. Somebody called Bob Captain Bob yesterday, and now we have a cat story because of that? All right.
That we got whenever we got him years and years and years ago, and we were trying to figure out a name for him. We suggested all kinds of names, and we came up with the name Captain Bob.
All right, so the cat's name is now Captain Bob.
It's a great pet name, by the way.
Oh, it's a great name, right? It is a great name. Captain Bob for a cat.
I don't know how or why.
I just accept it. Captain Bob. It's a great name for a cat. Captain Bob?
Captain Bob came into play. He's a chubby cat with crossed eyes.
Okay, I don't know if we needed to give a
chubby man with a lazy eye, okay? I can see kind of the comparison here.
Did you inspire Captain Bob?
I think I might have.
You also are if you were a cat, you'd be a fat cat, Bob. You would be a cat that would lay around a lot,
big orange cats,
man. You would be, man. You'd be a
real
big
life
cat.
Garfield.
I bet if you were a cat, dude, you would have the most poppin' cat Instagram.
Oh,
my God. You, man. You would just be a big cat, but know how to sprawl out and lay out and really fun. Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Big kitty. Oh, man.
You're doing it all on cam.
Captain Bob.
And my mom insisted that since we don't have a boat, he cannot be a captain, and it is too weird of a name.
No, that's not true. You don't need to be like Sidney Crosby doesn't have a. Well, he probably does have a boat.
He probably does.
Sidney Crosby probably has many boats as he wants, but I don't know. Do we know he has a boat? He's our captain, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you need a boat to be a captain. By the way, I don't know where this is coming from. Captain Bob is a great name for a cat. Especially a big cat who's got some eye issues.
Your mom's wrong. Yeah, your mom's wrong.
Yeah, Captain Bob's a great name.
So his name is just Gus. Anyway, that's all. Have a good day.
Wait, what do you mean after all that? You just named the cat Gus? Change his name back. It's just Gus. The whole setup of a Captain Bob, and we're like, oh, it's a great name for a cat. It is. No, you don't need a boat. It's a captain. It's a big cat with a bad eye. Oh, my gosh, Captain Bob's a great name. And then she's just like, so we just call him Gus now. What do you mean, Gus?
Go home today and call that cat Captain Bob.
That's a Captain Bob cat right there. All right, we want to try to pay your bills around 9:10. Your chance at $1,000.
Pay your bills on 96.1 Kiss.
It is Mikey, it is Bob, the 96.1 Kiss Morning Freak Show. We are all hype. We are all drunk off Steelers football. They're like a 10-point underdog, I think.
Hey,
A number 7 seed, since that's been a thing, has never advanced in the playoffs. All the odds are stacked against the Steelers.
number 7 seed's never had a hot Rudolph.
That is true. Nobody's gone into the playoffs as a 7th seed with a hot Rudolph before. Coach Tomlin was talking to the media yesterday. Of course, he was asked about, the team going into the playoffs without TJ Watt.
Playing without TJ is significant, but to be quite honest with you, we played without a lot of people this year. It's just another opportunity for us to strike a blow for team and to display what team really means, a collective of individuals that work together in an effort to produce an outcome. It's not going to be a one-man job in terms of replacing TJ, just like I stood before you and said similar things when Cam Hayward missed a block of games. It is going to be a committed approach. Even in doing so, we better strengthen our output in other areas because TJ is one of a kind.
Yeah, TJ is one of a kind, hard to replace, but it's next man up mentality like it's always been for a Coach Tomlin coach team. Tomlin was asked, what does it say about the team that they've gotten to this point and snuck in the playoffs?
We're not worried about that, to be honest with you. We're worried about what we do at this point.
Hell yeah.
We're living it as opposed to writing it. And so I don't know that we spend a lot of time reflecting in that way.
Oh, man. We're living it as opposed to writing it. Steelers! Guess what, too? Tomlin said Minka might be coming back.
Minka, be limited at the early portions of the week. We'll let the amount of participation and the quality of his participation be our guide. But we're optimistic about his inclusion.
That would be big, especially if Minka can actually make an impact and isn't just coming back to come back, especially if he's healthy. That is going to be awesome if we can get Minka Fitzpatrick back for the game, because we already know we're getting DeMonte Casey back on the defensive side of the ball, coming back from his suspension. And then, of course, Coach Tomlin was asked about the quarterback situation. Kenny Pickett healthy now, number 1 on the depth chart, which doesn't mean anything because riding that hot Rudolph.
At the quarterback position, we'll stay with Mason Rudolph, much like in the spirit in which we worked a week ago. We're just simply staying with the hot hand and not disrupting the apple cart. We've been in some tough circumstances. He's delivered. We've delivered. And so we will continue in that vein.
The Steelers got a hot Rudolph, man. We are riding a hot Mason Rudolph into the playoffs, and I feel like this is much like Taylor Swift, okay?
This is like Taylor Swift?
Now follow me here.
Okay.
Taylor Swift was with Joe Alwyn for years and everything, and I just think she wanted to go out more and do more, and she stayed inside a lot, I think. And then I think we all learned that she through different songs and lyrics, listen to Bejeweled, and by the way, I'm going out tonight. Like, she is out now, and she's dating a new guy, and Travis and everything. All I'm saying is, and by the way, we got a hot Rudolph. Like, we are going out. We are dressed to the nines. We got a hot Rudolph now. We are a different team. And I don't know if this is going to last past midnight. I don't know if the Steelers go to the Super Bowl. I don't know if we have Cinderella rules in place here.
Mason Rudolph's our Taylor Swift right now?
Yes, but he's also like Viagra. If we win 4 more games with a hot Rudolph, I think we have to call doctors or something like that. I don't know. It's Taylor Swift. It's Viagra. It's a hot Rudolph. It's everything, man. Oh, it's Steeler playoff week. It's Steeler playoff week.
It's like Viagra.
And by the way, we're going out tonight. Never give up. We ain't done. Let's go, Steelers!
My Rudolph's been hot for too long, Doc. What should I do?
If you hate the Pittsburgh Steelers, this week is probably not your week for our show.
96.1 Kiss.
The Mikey and Bob Podcast.
Mikey and Bob, it's the 96.1 Kiss Morning Freak Show. Let's get to this message from the burnt out therapist.
Morning, guys. Bree, the burnt out therapist here. Bob, if you were a cat, you would be the fluffiest, prettiest orange Maine Coon cat.
Yeah.
It would be great. Have a great day, guys.
You kind of remind me of just very Garfield-like. Hell yeah. Like, you're basically man Garfield.
I'm Garfield.
Man Garfield, dude.
Marfield.
That's you. I'm a Marfield? A Marfield, man. First ever Man Garfield. Hey, there's a new Marvel series out today on Disney Plus. This is the first time that I love how you just go, because you know it's all right. Let this guy go on Marvel.
Let him ramp up. Here we go.
It's the first Marvel series that's TVMA for mature audiences.
Ooh.
I think that's just because there's a lot of really gory stuff in it. And I don't know. Maybe they show a boob or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm interested in that series. I'll be watching it, called Echo. I think the whole series is out on Disney Plus. I think it's like 5 episodes or something like that. So it's not even a week to week. They're like, here you go. Have all the Echo series. So that is out on Disney Plus today.
Hey, listen. I've been drawing mature audience Marvel characters for years now. I got a notebook. If you want to see it, if that's what you're into, I got them all. With boobs, anything you want. Big boobs, little boobs. I know Mikey's excited. I heard him talking about it.
By the way, boobs on everybody. Everybody gets boobs.
Hell yeah.
In my mature audience's Marvel notebook, everybody gets big boobs if they want it.
My cinematic universe, everybody's got boobs.
My notebook says MA on it. MMA. And I ain't talking about fighting. I'm talking about Marvel mature audiences. Don't open this notebook if you aren't ready to see every Avenger with boobs. Every one of them. Do you think you've seen a Thor hammer before?
Oh, you ain't ever seen a hammer like this. You ain't never seen a hammer like this. Hand drawn. Look at the detail.
Look at the hair. Just look at the hair. You're a doodler, are you?
Oh.
All right, coming up next on the show.
It's crying.
We got. You started it, man.
I know.
I was ready to move on.
Went off the rails.
Listen, Star Wars is coming out with a Mandalorian movie with Grogu, Baby Yoda. Salute to our guy who doesn't know he's our guy yet, local Pittsburgher, Dave Filoni, who's producing this movie. It is going.
Dave Filoni, I got a notebook. You into Marvel?
Listen, my friend does mature audience drawings for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Dave Filoni from Mount Lebanon. He produces some of the greatest Star Wars stuff of all time.
You ever seen Iron Man with boobs?
Listen, I got a Star Wars notebook. It is Star Wars MA. It is Star Wars but for mature audiences only. You ever wonder what's under Chewbacca's hair? I'll show you in this notebook. I'll show you.
Oh man!
You know how
off the tracks we go.
You know how some people in the Star Wars universe got like a double head lightsaber? Some lightsabers are just wow, right? It's just wow. But some lightsabers are like Darth Maul had the wow. You know? Yeah, I draw something like that. 18 and over if you want to get in this notebook.
Mature only.
Off the rails is right. We want to try to pay your bills. Your chance to win $1,000 next year on the Kiss Morning Free Show. Stick around for that keyword. It's Mikey and Bob. Mikey and Bob, it's the 96.1 Kiss Morning Freak Show. We want to try to pay your bills. Your chance to win $1,000 coming up in just a couple minutes here on the Kiss Morning Freak Show. We'll simply give you the nationwide keyword, and you'll have to enter it on our website, 961kiss.com. So don't call, don't text. For this week, it is entering nationwide keywords on our website, 961kiss.com. We'll give you a chance at $1,000 coming up next here in just a few minutes. Let's get to this message.
Yeah, what the hell happened to the podcast yesterday? All right, boys, look. I just got to the part where the new Roger Wood and the boys just emerged out the basement with the new Here We Go.
Yeah, Roger Wood, the guy who for over 20 years has been doing the Here We Go. The Here We Go song, right? So Steelers in the playoffs. He made a new version yesterday. We played it on the show yesterday, but we explained this earlier. Bob, who edits the podcast, took it out of the podcast because We don't know the rule. Like, it's
not our song
like,
to just have me put out there.
Right. Not like full. If we're singing it a little bit, then that we can get away with that. But like, we can't pull full versions of songs.
It's the internet. You can find it it's on our website.
And then also, we don't want to take away from Roger Wood and his streams. And like he's a lyrical yinzer genius. We don't want to take away from his plays and his streams and his downloads.
And it literally cut out.
Yeah, it did.
It cut out.
It did.
I've never been so upset before.
Really?
In my life.
The first round, settle down.
Fix it. You guys got to play it at least twice now today.
Okay.
All right, I'm so upset.
All right, well, we're going to play it, but you're not going to include it on the podcast, though, right, Bob?
No.
All right, so if you want the Roger Wood Here We Go song, we'll play it on the show, but go find it. Go find it somewhere else where Roger Wood and the Voice. Here we go. They get the streams or the YouTube views for it. Here we go. Steelers. Here we go. Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. Here we go. All right, leave that part in for the podcast. Okay, Bob? Leave that in for the podcast. And then for the rest, everybody that's just listening online.
To the Steelers, back in the goal.
Here we go. Get it.
Down to Pittsburgh's heart and soul. Here we go. The Steeler Nation has the best fans. We are from Pittsburgh, a 6-time Super Bowl champ. Here we go.
Mikey and Bob, it's the 96.1 Kiss Morning Freak Show. If you're going to be out and doing things when the Steelers game is on Sunday and you just can't avoid not being in front of a TV, you can stream the game on the radio home of the Steelers, 102.5 DVE. I was listening to DVE. Well, I have no choice when I walk in the building because DVE's playing outside.
DVE rocks outside.
Pregame coverage starts at 9 a.m. Hell yeah, it does.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Steelers.
All right, you can send us messages through our iHeartRadio app when you're streaming the Mikey and Bob podcast or when you're streaming 96.1 Kiss. Let's get to this message.
Hi, Mom and Dad. It's We Made Milk Mom here.
Did you just call us Mom and Dad?
We did. Yeah.
Real thing?
Hi, Mom and Dad. It's We Made Milk Mom here.
You know what? I'll accept it.
So my neighborhood made it to the police blotter Instagram account.
Oh, the Pittsburgh police scanner account. Absolutely love that. Just a couple people who listen to the police scanner and will just post what's happening in and around our neighborhood, right? Okay?
It says, Marshall Shadeland, Brighton Road. A woman in a bird costume attempting to use a handsaw on caller's gas line.
Yeah, no, that was a while ago.
That was a while back, yeah.
Yeah, that was last month. Yeah, it was like a month ago. Yeah, it was a Marshall Shadeland, Brighton Road, a female in a bird costume attempting to use a handsaw on the caller's gas line. Yeah, it was like
Are you excited when your neighborhood shows up on it? Do you clap?
Like you're clapping.
Yeah.
No, I don't
celebrate it.
No, if you live in Marshall Shadeland, I don't think you celebrate the fact that there's a lady in a bird costume with a handsaw.
We made it.
But that was about a month ago that happened. No, listen, nobody is dressing up in a bird costume doing anything with a handsaw and it not making our show exactly
That's true.
the next day when it happens, right? That one's not going to sneak past us.
Also, a few years ago, my husband got his wiper blades ripped off by a naked woman, and we saw the Ring doorbell footage, and a police car drove by, and she jumped naked into the shrubs. Okay, bye.
All right. It's a lot going on there. That was a good message. That was a good message, Barry. That was a good message. I love how it could have simply stopped with, hey, the lady in a bird costume with a handsaw, because I was just like, yeah, that's no big deal. That happened like a month ago. We covered that on the show, but we didn't get the bonus story.
Also, a few years ago, my husband got his wiper blades ripped off by a naked woman, and we saw the Ring doorbell footage, and a police car drove by, and she jumped naked into the shrubs. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
What do you do with those wiper blades?
I'll cover your body in Rain-X and have yourself a party.
Pay your bills on 96.1 Kiss.
It's Mikey and Bob, the 96.1 Kiss Morning Freak Show. If you missed any of the show today, get caught up with the Mikey and Bob podcast. And if you're on the free iHeartRadio app, it's also where you can send us messages. There's been something going on with the people who just stream our show. Let me get to this message.
Hey, guys. I'm not sure if you know this or not, but for about 2 weeks now, I've been hearing a Labor Day Party Pod commercial on the iHeartRadio app. Definitely want to let your programmers know because getting a little tired of hearing about Labor Day from a long time ago.
Yeah, whenever you hear something weird like that, please let us know, because if we don't catch it, then somebody else has to catch it. We've heard from a couple people that there for a couple weeks has been something that's promoting our Labor Day week. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. We let our boss know yesterday, so hopefully it's changed and we aren't just beating you over the head with a Labor Day promo that makes absolutely no sense at the beginning of January.
Assume that me and Mike have the power to just turn that off somehow.
Yeah.
We don't know how the computer works.
I don't even know how radio works, to be honest. It still boggles my mind that I could talk into a microphone and it's coming through somebody's car speaker right now. I have no idea how it works. Earlier we were talking about, do people have special Steelers playoff gear? Like gear or something, like a terrible towel that they only bring out during the playoffs.
The important stuff.
Like it stays in a box in your closet and then it's playoff time.
The hand-me-down towel comes out.
Yeah, like you flip the switch and you turn into playoff mode too. Let's get to this message.
Good morning, boys. So, we have saved playoff gear. That's a thing. I have a terrible towel signed by James Harrison.
Oh, man. That is not a regular season terrible towel right there. That's playoffs only.
And a authentic Heinz board jersey, like a sideline. Like if he rips his jersey, he puts this type of jersey on. Signed by Heinz board. It's in a box. It only comes out during playoff season.
See, that's what it's about. It's in a box.
Keep it in the box all year.
In the box. You don't wear the Heinz jersey or take the James Harrison terrible towel to a regular season game.
Hell no.
That it, man. Steelers by 30. Like Steelers by 30. It's just, we are
sideline Heinz jersey coming out.
Oh, man. How are the Bills going to beat the Steelers when the James Harrison terrible towel has been busted out? So, I feel like this is something that's going to continue throughout the week as we get closer to Super Wild Card Weekend. You can send us messages through the free iHeartRadio app and let us know if there's anything. It might not be a jersey. It might not be a terrible towel. Does the food you serve, is there a playoff menu at your watch party?
Playoff spread.
Do things change where you're watching the Steeler game for the playoffs? How do you get ready for the playoffs? Send us those messages. I feel like we'll just handle those for the rest of the week here on the Kiss Morning Freak Show. It's Mikey and Bob.
96.1 Kiss.
The Mikey and Bob Podcast.
Okay?
I'm okay. Yeah, good to go. Steelers, of course, coach. No, I'm not. No, I'm not okay.
Stream the Mikey and Bob Podcast on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.
Dunkin' Cold K cup pods were specially crafted for cold coffee. God, I love saying that. Brew over ice straight out of the Keurig coffee maker. Just brew over ice and sip in seconds. Bold, smooth Dunkin'. Taste you know and love. Find Dunkin' Cold Coffee in the roasted coffee aisle. Did you know that socks, tees, and underwear are the top requested clothing items in a homeless shelter? Bombas is helping.